Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Crypto Corner live on the Sovereignty Network and rebroadcast at Crypto Traders News. You can find me at CryptoTradersPro.com. I am Kurt Wooker Jr. here to entertain or maybe edutain you. The purpose of the show is for educational purposes only. And because we are live, I must say that I am not a registered investment advisor. Nothing that I say should be misconstrued as buy or sell advice. Hi, Bill Hofford. You need to be your own boss, be your own bank, and do like Satoshi Nakamoto told you to do, and use Bitcoin as a means of peer-to-peer cash. Peer-to-peer exchange. It is a means of exchange, people. So, like I said, show is for entertainment and educational purposes only. So let's see here. Let's navigate to the markets. We're having another bloody day on on Bitcoin Street. So here's what's going on, everybody. The markets are still in a correction cycle. Not very happy. They are looking very, very upset. We have Bitcoin SegWit currently sitting at $6,630, Ethereum at $370, Litecoin at $112, Ripple at 48 cents, Neo sitting at $48.90, ADA at 13 cents, Bitcoin Cash $674, Omise Go at $8, Verge 3 cents, Ethereum Classic $13.84, Monero $165. Ooh, True USD now traded against USDT on Bittrex today. Interesting. So True USD sitting at $1.01. Dash at 302. Zcash 182. Bitcoin Gold, the worst iteration of Bitcoin, sitting at $42.20, and NXT at 11 cents. So I'm not going to talk about the markets a lot today. What's up, Ellie Reza Safi? How you doing, Paul Johnson? Here's what's going on, everybody. I'm going to talk about market manipulation today. I'm going to talk about the purpose of cryptocurrency as a digital, unstoppable means of exchange, okay? I've talked a lot about why I'm a Bitcoin Cash supporter, and lots of people like to call me a shill. But I like Bitcoin Cash and I like Monero for a few reasons, and they're reasons that are very similar on both coins. First of all, both are assumed to be primarily a digital means of exchange. When Satoshi Nakamoto gave us Bitcoin in 2009, it was in the shadow of the collapse. The housing market collapsed because the mainstream banking establishment, backed up by the federal government. We had Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, we had the FDIC. We have these companies on Wall Street, people like Standard & Poor's, who they let us know if something is safe to invest in. However, they were all paid off, and a bunch of insider garbage made it that they were afraid to change anything from AAA because, well, if they won't do business with Standard & Poor's, the companies will just go down the street and get a credit rating from someone who will give them a AAA rating. And if they don't get their AAA rating, so what that means is that there's a massive amount of corruption in the credit rating, or at least there was officially. We know there was massive corruption in the credit rating of housing, securities, and that market. That's what created the housing market bubble. That's why the housing market bubble burst. It burst because nobody was doing their job. The reason why nobody was doing their job is because they were incentivized not to do their job. Well, meanwhile, while all that's going on, while some jerks wearing suit pants in one neighborhood in New York City colluding with the jerks that sit in Washington, D.C. in suit pants that we all pay for, by the way, there was a guy, or probably a couple guys, I have a feeling it was 3 guys, working on a little invention called Bitcoin. Now, the purpose of Bitcoin was that nobody could screw with it, right? It was supposed to be on the blockchain. Now, the coins would be mined as they were being used. That would secure the network. This hashing power, this distributed hashing power would secure the network. The coins were totally fungible, which means that a coin that was used over here would be the same coin that would be used in another spot. It's traceable. It's an asset that can be traced. It can be proven whether something was used in a previous transaction is now used in this transaction. But like cash, for example. Just because somebody used your $20 to buy cocaine from someone on the street doesn't mean that's your problem. That's your cash now. It doesn't matter. It also had a capped supply. There are 21 million Bitcoin that will ever exist. It was also infinitely divisible. So the purpose of it was for it to be a means of exchange. Bitcoin is money. It is not an investment asset. It incentivizes you to save. You should save your Bitcoin just like you should be saving your dollars and your gold and whatever else you're holding. But you're not supposed to just sit on it. Bitcoin is not supposed to just go up in value because you decided Bitcoin is supposed to go up in value. If it doesn't have the utility as a means of exchange, there is nothing else that matters. What's up, Pascal Van Veen? I don't know what's going on with the video quality. Let me know, people, if the video quality is bad. If it is bad, I'm recording this on a separate camera and we'll be uploading it later as well. So I apologize if I've got like internet issues or something. So here's the problem. Bitcoin started to grow as a means of exchange. It grew as a means of exchange between 2010 up until about late 2015, 2016. That's when it peaked as a means of exchange and growth. It has had spikes since then where it was used as a means of exchange more than that time period. But around the time when Blockstream Corporation, this is a foreign corporation that is owned by AXA Insurance. Okay, AXA Insurance is a I believe they're a French or a Belgian insurance company that are connected very closely to the Bilderberg organization, and they are connected very closely to the central banks of the world. So if you're opposed to central banking, which everybody involved in the early days of Bitcoin absolutely were opposed to, then you should be very, very concerned that Blockstream Corporation has jumped in and co-opted the Bitcoin Core Development Team. When they co-opted the Bitcoin Core Development Team, they fired the man who Satoshi Nakamoto left in charge, a scientist, a computer programmer named Gavin Andresen. Gavin Andresen was a big fan of using Bitcoin as a peer-to-peer unstoppable means of exchange. Well, he had his GitHub keys revoked because they didn't like the amount that he was contributing. They said he wasn't contributing enough to the growth of Bitcoin. Well, the real problem is that he was opposed to shutting off the opcodes, stopping Bitcoin from being a smart contract platform as well as a digital means of exchange. Remember, this is why Vitalik, who wanted to build Ethereum on the Bitcoin blockchain, was blocked from doing so. This is why there are all these altcoins out there that have taken away from the supremacy of Bitcoin, from the Satoshi Nakamoto vision. So Gavin Andresen gets fired. Anybody that stands up against Blockstream gets censored and fired. We've even seen Cobra, who was the founder of Bitcoin.org and Bitcoin Talk, in the last couple of months, because he said he doesn't like the direction that Bitcoin is going in that it cannot truly be used as a digital means of exchange. Now we have Samson Mow, who's some C-level executive at Blockstream Corporation, saying, Cobra is compromised. He's been taken away. So it's anybody that has an opinion that did not go right along with Blockstream Corporation was instantly blacklisted. They were censored. All of these voices saying that we need to not make Bitcoin leave that realm as a peer-to-peer digital or a peer-to-peer means of exchange has been gotten rid of. So now we have 4 people. There are 4 people that are allowed to contribute on GitHub to the Bitcoin Core GitHub code, the repository. So there are 4 people in charge of who can do what with Bitcoin. Now, the nodes absolutely have a vote, but most of the nodes are also controlled by Blockstream. Now, we also have a new company called Lightning Labs. Lightning Labs invented what we call Lightning Network, and the Lightning Network has, they started as a settlement layer that would work on top of Bitcoin. However, they have evolved into saying now they are coin agnostic. They don't need Bitcoin at all. In fact, Lightning Network doesn't really even need any blockchain to work. Lightning Network can work on top of any processing layer. So there's not a reason why Lightning can't just work on top of Square as a concept. We don't necessarily need Bitcoin at all with Lightning Network. However, Blockstream has gotten into bed with Lightning Network and saying it's the only way that it can work. Bitcoin can only be sound money if it's slow to exchange and expensive to transmit, and it's absurd. So now we've got people from the plantation economy back in control of what was our asset. I used to send Bitcoin to people. I would buy things with Bitcoin. I would receive Bitcoin for work rendered. And then they started to change. Like, no, we need to be this digital asset. We need to be this investment asset. And up into 2017, we saw the benefits of that, which was to explode up in value. But it exploded up in value based on speculation. And the fact that it was based entirely on speculation is the reason why we have largely seen that bubble burst. We're seeing Bitcoin testing $6,000 again. It's going to be around that probably later today. And if it breaks through 6,000, we could see it go as low as 3. And then if it breaks 3, we're talking about $1,000 Bitcoin again. $1,000. Now, what does that do to everybody that bought Bitcoin at $15,000? Well, it shakes them out. And it's really, really ungodly unfortunate because people are getting into Bitcoin for the wrong reasons. They're getting into it as a get-rich-quick scheme, and that doesn't work for anyone because its value comes as a byproduct of its utility as a means of exchange. And as we get away from it, it allows nefarious players to dupe people into losing money on another thing, just like they duped people into saying, you can buy real estate forever. This was what, like 2005 to 2009? Buy real estate, buy real estate, buy real estate. And they got everybody to buy real estate, and then they crashed it. They crashed it, and then they bribed the federal government to give them your money. We bailed them out against our will. And then we had a wonderful person or people, Satoshi Nakamoto, give us this tool so that they could never do it to us again. But then we started buying into the speculative bubble that they created. Now we're seeing that bubble begin to burst. We have CME Group and CBOE trading these futures. And the moment they started trading these futures, we started to see the price fall apart. We started to see the price fall apart because we gave it to them. We were excited to see what the Wall Street people would do with Bitcoin. It's going to be great. Well, I was opposed to it. I'm opposed to the Bitcoin ETF. I'm opposed to anything that involves our currency with the plantation economy. We are asking our slave masters to be generous to us, which is ridiculous. This is why I am opposed to the direction that Bitcoin has gone. Bitcoin went from an unstoppable, immutable digital means of exchange, and it has changed to something that can be reversed by fee, which allows you to do returns and allows you to play all kinds of fun financial games if you understand how those financial games work. And then it allows them to create these layers, this settlement layer, this Lightning Network layer is this centralized, it's this enigmatic pool of transactional stuff. You are staking your Bitcoin and then you are trading your Bitcoin for Lightning Network tokens, essentially, that are pre-mined trash that allows them to go back and forth like lightning. But you're giving all the control over to a central processor because in order to use Lightning Network, you would have had you have to be running a full node at all times. Anytime you use it, you have to open a Lightning channel. It's complicated. It's a pain in the ass. So then it turns into like, well, we need a trusted third party. Well, that's right in the white paper that Bitcoin does not need a trusted third party. And now we've got all these people from Bitcoin Core and the core trolls and the people that got into Bitcoin late talking about how, oh no, well, the white paper is just, you people are religious zealots or whatever. And it's like, no, this is, if any other coin got away from their white papers, their opening statement, you'd say that that was a scam coin. So now we're looking at a situation where we've got Bitcoin maximalists who never used Bitcoin as a means of exchange, trying to tell people who are now Bitcoin Cash supporters because Bitcoin Cash can be used as a means of exchange. You've got the noobs telling the old school users that they don't understand the value of Bitcoin and what it's used for. And then you've got this, thank you, Bill, for sharing. Bill just shared this article from Medium about the fourth dimension, the manipulation cartel. So that's what they're doing. They're bullying the markets around to try to shake people out because they want to control it. And we're letting them control it. We're letting them control it because we don't even actually believe in it as a means of exchange anymore. I've got people that have used Bitcoin for 5 years who are, I don't want to spend my Bitcoin. That's the purpose of it. The purpose is as a digital means of exchange. Now, I know I sound like a broken record, but if we're not going to use it, then it's just another crappy investment asset. And that's what needs to change, everybody. We need to start using cryptocurrency as a means of exchange, or it will continue to be bullied around on the market by the people that wear dress pants to work and call themselves your leaders. That's it. We don't need their leadership. They are vipers. They are terrible people. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about the economy. They care about receiving stolen funds to pay for the helicopters in which they travel to and from country clubs and the big buildings that we pay for them to make their edicts in. They sign pieces of paper that take your privileges away. I would say rights, but a right can't be removed. So they're taking your privileges away, and then they're congratulating themselves. They work 100 days a year, and then we've got the people on Wall Street who fund them, and we all have to obey, because if we don't obey, people with guns will come drag us out of our homes, and if we resist, they will shoot us. If we don't resist, they'll just put us in a cage until we're broken, until we comply with the system again. So remember, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, in my opinion, Monero and Bitcoin Cash, can be used as a peer-to-peer means of digital exchange that the elite cannot stop us from using. And if we don't use it for that, then it will be used against us. This is so key, everybody. You need to understand this. This is Crypto Corner Live. I am a sovereign man named Kurt Wuckert Jr. You can find me at CryptoTradersPro.com. You can also find us all over the internet. You can find us at YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and all the other places where people go. Oh, Steam it even too. Crypto Corner Live. Kurt Wuckert Jr., Crypto Traders Pro, the Sovereignty Network, and all that other jazz. Find us around the internet. Share the information. Use CoinText and send everyone you know $1 worth of Bitcoin Cash. Get them to use it as a means of exchange. If we don't, we will lose this battle. We can't lose this battle, people. This is one of our best chances. This may be the best chance that we ever have to free the people worldwide. Don't lose it just because we're talking about getting rich quick. Use it as a means of exchange. If you do not, you will lose. This is my warning. This is my warning to you. Don't forget it, people. Peace sign in the frame. I love you, everybody. I really do. I'm giving you the best advice I know how to give because I care about you. I care about people. I care about sound economics. I care about freedom. That's what the peace sign's about. I want to have a peaceful relationship with everyone. I want to do business with everybody, and I don't want anyone to get in the middle of it. I don't want anyone to stop me or you or anyone. Let's do this together, people. Happy Friday. Have a great weekend. Peace out, everybody. Bye-bye.